Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katherine Young and I'm a creative, or welcome if it's your first time here. On this channel, we do creative projects, vintage, thrifting, and more. And this project is all of the above. Now, this video is my final video in my Thriftoween series for 2021. You can go check that playlist out up here and I will link it below as well. And this is a huge project I have been dreaming of for well over a year. So without further ado, let's glow.
So for the past year, I've been thrifting all the green depression glass I can get my hands on and add a little black light. And you'll know that that is going to create my dream spooky Halloween table setting. Oh goodness, it is going to look amazing. That's right, y'all, because it glows. This depression glass is uranium glass, and it's going to give my table this spooky, haunted feel like nothing else can. I laid this all out to see what I'll have. Like, this doesn't glow enough. I don't think it'll be included. But I just wanted to see all the pieces, how they glow together, and help me envision how I'm going to set this all up. Just beautiful. I think this is going to look amazing. I knew there were going to be holes in the table display that I just wouldn't find enough uranium glass to fill, so I went for antique silver toned items because I think it's going to still give it that haunted old effect. I love this cauldron. I love it so much. I thrifted it this year and it's now become part of my everyday home decor. It's just so great. I love it so much. Thrifted those spider webs because they glow under black light. That beautiful mirror I already owned. But I really do think all these antique silver pieces and vintage silver are going to look so good in the display. Each table setting is going to have a spider brooch, and there's going to be more vintage and antique jewelry throughout the tablescape, which I think is going to give it a really unique look. Also, oh my gosh, this is the most beautiful Lazy Susan with that Art Nouveau styling. And this is going to fill up all those vessels and give it a really cool haunted look. Now, one item I didn't thrift was my Headless Horseman from Homegoods. And oh, I love him so much. He is currently on my hutch, my Halloween hutch, with all my Halloween goodies displayed, but he needs to be the center of my haunted table, and I think I'm gonna paint him black. Next, I had to do some tests with the depression glass. I have some UV FX paint, I have some regular acrylic paint here, and I am going to test these. And also I'm gonna mix it with dish soap to make non-destructive paint. So I did some tests here. There is FX paint with dish soap. I have my little mixtures here, and there is that one, and then there is the regular paint with dish soap. You know, I let those dry, and then look at that. Look how easily the paint comes off. Yes, this is perfect. So I'm going to be able to paint these, and it's going to be non-destructive to these beautiful antique and vintage dishes. I think this is going to be great. And so I thought, why not try this technique with the horseman? Because I want him black for this table setting, but I actually really love the gold color he has. So I'm just doing the same thing. It is acrylic paint with the dish soap, and I'm just putting it on the bottom here just as a test. And well, it comes off super easily. So this is fantastic. I am going to paint him black for this table setting, and then I'm going to put him back gold when I am done, because I really do love the gold above my hutch. I think it really does pop. So when painting up this horseman, I can tell you it felt really weird painting something a color that I didn't necessarily want it to be that color, and knowing that I would be taking the color off. That is definitely a first for me, but I think it looks fabulous, don't you? So the final mixture I decided on was dish soap, white acrylic paint, and some of the FX paint. And this would become the non-destructive paint that I would use on all the glassware. And it actually worked really, really well. Y'all, there was so much painting. And oh my gosh, all these pieces had these different ridges and these different shapes and lines. And I had to let go of perfection real quick. Because you know what? Spiderwebs aren't perfect in the wild. And I love how it turned out. And I'm really gonna just show you here just a montage of a bunch of the different things I did, because it was so fun painting all these different shapes and kind of choosing where the web got to go on each of them. Every piece kind of had its own place where I could place the web and where it could work out. And many of these, the webs were on like the area where the food wouldn't be. That wasn't the case with every piece. But I love it. I love the way it all turned out. And oh my gosh, just adding these, once you turn on the light, it just takes it to the next level. Look at that. Look at that with the light on. It is just a different vibe. And some of these like stranger shaped items really ended up being some of my favorites. How they turned out after the webs were put on them. They really had such a unique look. I feel like this one was just fabulous. And this unique bowl, this had such a unique shape. And because of the painting on the outside, I had to paint on the inside. But look at that. Oh my goodness. How amazing is that? And y'all, this was hours and hours of time. I know in internet land, we speed up everything artists do, and here I'm speeding up stuff and we're just showing minutes of time. But I want you to understand how much time really went into this. It didn't just magically happen. So that's why I'm showing you all these pieces. This was hours and hours of work, y'all, but the results were stunning. A majority of this project really was the main plates because they were full spider webs. I decided that I really liked that look despite how time consuming that was going to be. So the plates really were a huge time suck on this project. But you know, I would just get in the zone and I would enjoy myself so much, just hours of time would fly by. And, you know, plate after plate after plate, they would get done. And, you know, despite being in the artistic zone, I really enjoyed doing craft along with Christine McConnell. She hosts these a lot, and you know, being creative in projects like these that are strange and unusual tends to be a very isolating experience. And I loved being in community with other people who are creating vintage inspired spooky things. I really did enjoy these craft alongs. They really helped me out while I was working through all this. It was great to spend hours in community. And I'm even thinking about doing something like this on my channel, maybe next year. So let me know if having like craft alongs of some sort with these unique projects would be something you'd be interested seeing from me. Let me know in the comments below. Even little Miss loves a craft along. Oh, what a sweetie. See, doesn't that look great? Oh, gosh, I just think those look so great. And here's my pile of everything drying in my living room while I get ready to set the table. As I built out my table setting, I started with this tablecloth I got from Target. I believe it was $10. I really wanted something that kind of gave a spooky old look, and I don't think a solid black tablecloth would have done it. I also put some creepy cloth up on my shelves just so that this would photograph better against them. And then I got this table runner, and it was just beautiful. I love the silver and the shimmer. I think this is perfect. But it didn't really fit the table right, so I overlapped it in the middle, which is just fine because there is going to be a ton of centerpieces on this table. Example right there. There we go. It is all covered up. You don't even see it. This is the main focal point of the centerpiece, and I'm just going to build out from here. I'm starting to fill in the spaces of the Lazy Susan all around the horseman. And then I'm adding more and more things coming out from the center. I want it to be cluttered and kind of clustered together. I want it to kind of have an ancient feeling, to feel a little bit chaotic, and to feel a little bit overflowing and old. Like all the pieces were added year after year after year. Adding in all the uranium glass. And for the place settings, I actually folded those in half so that they were smaller. I folded the placemats in half, and I think it looks really good. Really, really good. I then added the napkins across the plate because I thought it broke it up a little, and out of necessity, some of these plates are divided. Not everything matches because they were thrifted. And by adding that buffer there, it really helped that salad plate set on top. And then an extra fun thing I'm adding is I'm adding these beautiful pictures. I'm adding these beautiful old pictures to the table and the place settings. I love vintage ephemera, so I'm really excited to incorporate these into the tablescape. And remember this? Yeah, I thrifted this for $3.99, and I really think all these pieces just like look overgrown and old, and I think they're gonna look great on the table. I think it's gonna make it look like the table has been set for hundreds of years, and it's gonna give it that creepy, witchy vibe. I'm really excited about pulling this apart and using all the pieces to fill out the centerpiece. And we used all the pieces. And y'all, get ready. There is my 1800s copy of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. And there is our horseman in the center of it all. This might be my favorite table setting. I love her photo. And I love the spooky jewelry next to it. And the jewelry draped from that glowing vase, overrun with the old flowers and foliage with the spider webs. I think it looks really cool. There's an ephemera bowl with more pictures and jewelry. And this picture is just about as haunting as anything on the table. Some of these big serving dishes are just spectacular focal points. The whole setting feels kind of overgrown and cluttered and haunted and dead, and I love the feel of all of it. Her picture feels so witchy and wonderful. I love that I got to use these old photos and kind of invite them into this party. It feels really good to me and feels just like a great way to honor these people with their photos. There's an old 1850s mourning book, more jewelry. This dish is stunning, truly unique. My cauldron. This overflowing vase looks like it's been there for millennia. Every table setting is unique. Everywhere you look, there is a different serving piece that is unique. I'm so proud of this table setting. It turned out so much better than I honestly anticipated. I had the idea in my head, but I never envisioned it being this beautiful. Would you join me at this table setting? Would you come to my haunted Halloween party? I hope this gives you some ideas of decorating for Halloween using thrift, vintage, and just kind of thinking outside of the box. Happy Halloween, everyone. Watch your head.